Sorry.
The meeting is now called to order. Will the secretary please call the roll?
Mrs. Becker? Mrs. Chu?
Here.
Mr. Sismar?
Here.
Mr. Hong?
Here.
Mrs. Lax?
Here.
Mrs. Reese?
Here.
Mr. Seeler?
Here.
Mrs. Shaw? And President Simmons.
Here, we have a quorum. Please rise to salute the flag.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interest is discussed and acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this Act, the East Brunswick Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published by having the date, time, and place thereof posted at the board offices located at 760 Route 18, East Brunswick, New Jersey. Written notice was also provided to the Sentinel, the Newark Star Ledger, the Home News and Tribune, and the Municipal Clerk of East Brunswick. All Board of Education meetings, with the exception of executive session discussions, are videotaped for later broadcast. It is the policy of the Board of Education that videotape meetings are not edited for any purpose. Individuals who speak at the board's public meetings should be aware of these videotaping rules. And good evening, everyone. Let's first begin with the good of the cause for the public. Are there any members of the public that wish to speak to the board this evening? Okay. So the folks watching at home know it's a very light audience tonight. We will close the public portion, seeing no one, and we'll move on. And may I have a motion for this evening's, well, first of all, is there anything from the agenda that needs to be separated before we make a motion on the agenda? Okay, may I have a motion for this evening's agenda?
So moved.
Motion by Mrs. Lax, second by Mrs. Reese. Is there any discussion on any items on the agenda? Will the secretary please call the roll?
Mrs. Chu?
Yes.
Mr. Sismar?
Yes.
Mr. Hong?
Yes.
Mrs. Lax?
Yes.
Mrs. Reese?
Yes.
Mr. Seeler?
Yes.
And President Simmons.
Yes, motion carries. We have no old business. Are there any committee reports, information items, or good of the cause for the board? Welcome. I don't think we've met yet because I've missed a meeting or two, so welcome. Go ahead, let's know what's going on. Not much going on at the high school now, I would think, but tell us what's going on this summer.
Well, I'd arguably say otherwise, but
Uh-oh.
Somebody's gonna argue with the board president.
That's okay.
Oh.
There we go.
well, so although yes, the first few weeks of summer have come to a close.
Yes.
We are here with I am here, I should say, with an update. As I mentioned last meeting, many students are going on retreats or vacation, but they do also have summer internships, college programs, and various camps that they are attending. Even more, many students are volunteering and taking time to give back to the community that has so graciously given to them. So, for example, Youth Council has been hosting various Best Buddies sporting events, working in partnership with Best Buddies. At the library, many teams have come together to create their own events, in fact, such as karaoke night. So one event that they did was Christmas in July, very recently. There was also a tween escape room that East Brunswick High School students have hosted. So that is one thing that is, I think, very interesting. Also, last meeting, I just want to rectify a mistake I had made. I had mentioned that the Clarion Superlatives issue had a list of college students and had a list of students that colleges are attending, and I would like to rectify that mistake, that statement, I should say, because this year's edition does not have it, last year's did. For that, I'm very sorry about the confusion. I'd also like to mention the hard work many sports and activities are putting in over the summer off season, such as marching band with meetings from 6 to 8 every Thursday, cross country, which runs every day without fail. Even further, EB First, which is training students to build and code a robot. Next week will be the Model UN's first mock trial will be held next week. And football season, they are on off season, but practice still continues with double sessions starting in August. Sports forms will also be due soon, so there is that as well. Other than that, that's about it.
Okay, so there is something going on.
Yes, there is.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
I didn't know Model UN goes on through the summer, too. I didn't know that.
Well, it's really just mocks, so they give an experience for children, for students, I should say, for students to experience whether or not they would be interested in joining the club,
Okay.
or a little bit of practice before additions start.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Good. Glad to hear it.
Thank you.
Excellent. I knew some sports things were going on, but
Yes.
that's great. That's great. Thank you very much. Anyone else? Try to outdo that. Nobody, see, we're all quiet. Okay. We do have a need for closed session, so may I have a motion to go into closed session for the reasons specifically stated in the printed agenda? Motion by Mrs. Lax, second by Mrs. Reese. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.